Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dory and I am doing an update, month 22 vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery. It's a weight loss surgery, and today is also my birthday. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery in Hartford, Connecticut with Dr. Darren Tischler on September 12th, 2016. I meant to come on here 2 days ago because that would be the 12th. Today is the 14th. And life just happens. Life has been crazy. It has been hectic. It has been very emotionally draining and emotionally hard here. But today is my birthday, and I figured, you know what, let's kill two birds with one stone. Let's celebrate my birthday today by making a video about my month 22 update. So that's what I'm gonna do. So welcome to everybody who is new. Welcome to everybody who has been around for my journey. Whether you're pre-op or post-op, or whether you are just considering surgery or you are not considering surgery and you're just following me anyways, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. Get acclimated to my family here. We have a wonderful community of people who have had weight loss surgery and a bunch of success stories, which I definitely have learned a lot from. Let me introduce myself. I am today 46 years old, which I feel like I'm 30, so 46 is definitely just a number to me. I had the surgery, and my highest weight at that time before I had surgery was 333.5. The day of surgery, which I said was September 12th, 2016, I weighed 300.5. Today I am coming at you at 172.1. The funny thing about that number is that 3 days ago, I weighed at 172.1, and my husband came home from work and he also weighed 172.1. We got on the scale yesterday and we are both still 172.1. We got on the scale this morning and we are still 172.1. I am dying to get out of the 170s. I have been here forever. I had some gain. For the past month or so, I had went up to actually 180. Now I got back to my previous diet, which is just concentrating on protein and low carb. I try to get under 30 grams of carbs. I hover around 33 sometimes, so anything under 40 is great. I even thought our scale was broken because we both weighed in at the same thing for so many consecutive days, and my husband and I do not eat the same diet. We do not eat the same foods. The only thing that we do that is the same is we have a Premier Protein shake with 8 ounces of unsweetened black coffee on ice twice a day. That's how I get the majority of my protein. I have found, if you follow me for a while, I have been bouncing back and forth with what kind of diet I should go on, and I finally found what works for me and what my dietitian and nutritionist have told me the whole entire time on my journey is to concentrate on protein. So that's what I'm doing. I get over 100 grams of protein every day. I average about 130 grams of protein every day. That seems to be doing my body good. Every day I lose between a half a pound to 2 pounds, and so that's how I got down from the 180 so quickly within the last I think it's about a week. And so yeah, so I'm excited that my birthday was today. I am excited that I am in the 22nd month of my post-op journey. I am excited that it is Saturday, and tomorrow we have another day, a full day to live life. Today for my birthday, it was really great. I got up this morning. My husband is taking care of the 4 children downstairs at the moment, just having fun with them, so mommy can just get away and make videos in peace and just have some time to myself. I had my son. I have 6 children. My oldest is 27. He is getting married, which he is my firstborn and my first child to get married. He's getting married on September 1st. So today I had my soon-to-be daughter-in-law's bridal shower, and it was so amazing. It really was so sweet. I got there, I'll tell you about the car issues in a minute, but my daughter, who is 23, picked my mom and my aunt up, and then came down not too far from them we live, and she picked me up. So I drove to the bridal shower about 25 minutes away. It was beautiful. They had great food. They had like eggs and French toast and home fries and bacon, and then they also had chicken parm and broccoli Alfredo with pasta, and then they had salad, they had some fruit, and then of course they had desserts, and they had a whole bunch of different desserts, cannolis and chocolate covered strawberries with or without whipped cream, and just everything. It was great. It was an amazing bridal shower. Her mom did an amazing job. I'm only the mother of the groom, so I don't really have a lot of kind of say so, or a lot of things to do for the wedding, which is fine with me because I have 4 girls and 2 boys, and so I'm sure I will get my share of doing a lot of different duties. So I get to the shower, and a cousin of mine came, and she told me, happy birthday, and she had brought me a gift, which I totally didn't expect. She didn't have to do that. It was so sweet, but she did. So I got a beautiful candle. I love Yankee Candle. I love all types of candles. That's just my thing. And so she got me a candle, and then it was weird because a lot of the people that were there, I didn't know them, but they kept coming up to me and wishing me a happy birthday, which was pretty cool. I felt encouraged, which was great. My soon-to-be daughter-in-law, her name is January. She actually came and gave me a big bouquet of flowers, which I thought was so sweet, so unexpected, not necessary whatsoever, but she did, and it was beautiful. 2 big, huge sunflowers, with a card from her and my son to have a nice birthday, which was great. And then a little while later, my son showed up right around he wanted to come and eat, and then of course they opened gifts, and so he had a bouquet of roses for me, which I thought, wow, that's so sweet. Then my mom ended up winning at bingo, a game that we had played, and so she gave me her humongous Yankee Candle. January's mom works for Yankee Candle in the manufacturing department, and so the little favors were tiny Yankee candles with the date and everything on them for her bridal shower. It was just an amazing time. And then right at the end, I totally didn't expect it. I was packing up, getting ready to go, getting all our stuff together, and they surprised me with a little cake. I thought it was so sweet, so sweet. They had a little candle and sang to me, and of course I cried because I didn't think about it, and I didn't know that was going to happen, and it was just so sweet. So I cried, and everybody sang to me, and it was just such a nice day. And so I left there and came home. It's been great. I came home, I made sure that, I redid the house and got it all back to normal. Before going to bed last night, I actually washed the kitchen, dining room, and living room floors, made them nice and shiny. I did everything, so when I woke up this morning, I knew that my house would look great, and it just makes me feel good when my house is clean and everything is in its place. And so I got home from the bridal shower, and that was great. It definitely is a switch and a welcome day today after we have been through so much with our vehicles. I don't even know where to begin. I know you guys who have watched my videos ongoing know that we have 2 vehicles, and we have a Mazda 3, which is a 5-passenger with my 4 children, ages 10, 8, 7, and 4. We don't fit, my husband and I, and there's just not enough seats, and so we have a Ford Expedition, which is an 8-passenger SUV. And we have had so many issues with this truck. When we brought it to a certain guy who does mechanical work on the side, we were told that he was great. We have had nothing but problems, and I can't even tell you, we do not make a lot of money. We basically just scrape by every month. We've never had a vacation. We've never been able to go to the beach. We just don't do it. I stopped doing Stitch Fix because it really is, I know I can't afford anything, so it's not really exciting anymore to do it. The try-ons and everything, I can get a lot cheaper clothes other places, so I just stopped doing it. And so we definitely do not have any money. Like, we are poverty. I would say, like, we are just able to live in our apartment. And so with that being said, over the course of the last couple weeks, I have poured in it's like $700 probably of car parts into our expedition. And so this past week, my 4 children went to Vacation Bible School at the church that I go to. And so my husband got a ride to work every morning. I dropped them off at Vacation Bible School with our Mazda 3. I went and picked up my husband, and then I picked them up at noon every day, Monday through Thursday. Thursday, my husband did his second job, and he came home, and the strut on the back of the Mazda broke off. So it is not drivable. My cousin, who is doing the mechanical work now on the expedition, had it ready on, I want to say Friday. Had the expedition ready. Now, I didn't have a ride for my children to get to Vacation Bible School on Friday, so a friend of ours from church picked up my 4 children, brought them to Vacation Bible School, came back to my home, picked me up. I brought her to work. I was able to use her car because Friday was my grocery shopping day. We went in, my husband and I, and did groceries, brought them home, had 5 minutes to spare before going to get the expedition that was done at my cousin's and get to pick them up from Vacation Bible School. So we arrived at my cousin's house and we picked up my expedition. I was very excited. He just had finished putting in a master cylinder. And we got almost all the way to Vacation Bible School, which is only about 10 minutes from our house. And the same issue that we've had, which is in the wheel well, in the brake something or other, it rubs, it scrapes, it pulls to the left, and it heats it up. And then we start getting smoke. And so when we pull over, we can take water and throw it into the wheel well, and it sizzles. And so that's what was happening. Now, we had already replaced the master cylinder, brake pads, rotors, brake hoses. The other day I went and bought the, what was it? Oh, the power brake booster. He just put that in. And then we had an air conditioning condenser that we needed to purchase. All of this within the last couple of months. I had thought that we replaced the calipers. I know for a fact we did one, but I think it was that mechanic who screwed everything up that replaced it. And I'm not sure if we ever replaced the other. So today I just sucked it up and I went and I sent my husband down to AutoZone, and he bought 2 front brake calipers. And if this does not fix it, then I don't know what to do. I am emotionally drained with our vehicles. I am emotionally wrung out. I just feel like I keep trying to get moving forward and I keep getting pulled backwards. I keep trying to put money aside so we're not scrimping and scraping every month, and I'm trying to pay everything off as it comes in and even get ahead of myself. And every single time I do, the money gets sucked out by the vehicle. And because we don't have the Mazda anymore and we don't have any vehicle, it's just so important to try to get that expedition running. And because I put so much money into it, at this point, to try something else, which is the last thing that could happen. I went onto a auto board. It's a board where people ask questions, and if they've had the same issue, they will talk about what they've done to remedy that issue. And so somebody had the exact same issue. They have replaced a whole bunch of stuff like we have, and it was their calipers, and they explained why, and it sounds like that is exactly what's happening to our vehicle. Please, if you guys can pray. I have tried everything. I have prayed over my vehicle. I have asked God to take the satanic problems away. It's just crazy. It really is crazy. But emotionally, just so you guys know, like, we are really, really struggling. We have borrowed vehicles. We have asked for rides. We have walked. We have done whatever we can to kind of keep food on the table and paying our bills and getting the things that we have to. My husband still does not have a date for going away to BMT, which is basic military training. He only does the monthly drills, and you know, that's not a lot of money. It's less than $200 a month, but that helps this month. However, we are having, actually today and tomorrow, we are having the Great New England Air Show. And so they don't have drill this month. So in any event, just pray for my vehicles. We just need a vehicle. Like, just, it's the summer and we can't even like take our children anywhere because we all don't fit into a vehicle because there's 6 of us. So a standard 5-passenger vehicle we don't fit into. And it's just, it's overwhelming at times. It's definitely, I'm a homebody, so I don't mind staying home as long as I don't feel like I'm keeping anybody else behind. And so what we've been doing when we had the Mazda was, my husband, if the kids wanted to go somewhere, I would just have him take them, or take just a couple of them and go have fun so they don't feel like their summer vacation was wasted. But now we don't even have the Mazda anymore, so we don't even have a choice to go anywhere. We just can't. There's nowhere to go. Church tomorrow is going to be a pain to try to get to, and I'm really bummed because 2 good friends of mine are getting baptized tomorrow. I have another friend visiting church for the first time. I babysat her when she was little, and so it's definitely a struggle. Like, I feel like I'm definitely being tested, definitely being tempted. Food wise, I feel like I'm at a I don't know, kind of like at the point where I'm not cheating. I'm not looking to eat anything that I know I shouldn't have. I'm kind of so close to the 160s that I really, really want to get there. So nothing's really tempting me emotionally. I'm not really an emotional eater, and I think this kind of proves I'm just not an emotional eater. I go about my day, I clean, and I kind of try to do that because I really feel like God has given me a home to take care of, and I really, if that's all I have is this home, and that's all I have is just some food and a roof over my head, and I don't ever have a vehicle or whatever, and I have to bum rides, or I have to walk, or I have to take the bus or whatever, that what I have here I'm going to take care of to the best of my ability. And so that's what I've been trying to do, is just dive into cleaning and uncluttering, decluttering, whatever the word is, taking care of my children, and still continuing on my journey in the weight loss department. I just feel like if I was an emotional eater, now would be the time that I would really be tempted and that I would really want to eat. But I did well today with all the stuff I named that was there to eat at the bridal shower. I had some scrambled eggs. I had bacon. I had a couple bites of the hash brown potatoes they had. A little bit of the chicken parm. You know, I just basically had like half of a piece of little chicken. And that's it. I had, a cannoli. I had a tiny cannoli and a strawberry. My daughter had baked me a birthday cake for my birthday while I was gone to the bridal shower. And so I really just had a teeny tiny piece on the tip of a fork just to try it so that way she wouldn't be hurt. And then the little cake that my soon-to-be daughter-in-law and son bought me, it was just a small, one of those small, kind of like a cupcake, maybe a little bit bigger than a cupcake, but individual size, cute little cake with a candle. I had a bite of that, a spoonful, and that was it. I just really feel like I'm so close. I just need to concentrate on getting in my protein, my water, and sugar is not my friend, and I don't miss it at all. I'm not really a sweet freak like I used to be. I would much rather have some cheese or bacon or a burger. And on Friday, I went to Trader Joe's. Actually, I think I went to Trader Joe's on Wednesday. But in any event, I went and I bought their Angus beef burgers. I love their Angus burgers. There's 4 in a pack. They're like, I want to say they're $6.99 is my guess. But I love them. I take them out of the package. I let them thaw in the refrigerator. And for the next 3 days, 4 days, that's what I eat for a meal. So that's been great. I've been having like 1 to 2 meals a day. I don't snack in between. I just have my protein coffee. And that has been really working well for me. I definitely feel better. I feel thinner. Even on the days, like the last few days, I've still been weighing the same thing. I feel like I'm getting thinner. Like I feel like my body is changing and things are just moving here and there. So this last 22 months, I definitely have learned a lot in my journey. I have learned a lot, even in my 46 years of being on this earth. I have learned a lot. I have learned kind of what matters and what doesn't. I'm not a materialistic person, so that's helped out a lot. I don't cling to things or anything like that. I don't care. Like I have a pair of sneakers. These are my sneakers I wear, and they have a nice big huge hole here I can stick my finger in. But you know what? They're mine, and that's it. I mean, these are my sneakers. I have other sneakers I'm wearing. I have shoes that people have given me. But you know, I'm happy. I feel like God has blessed me so much with my children, and I feel like, you know, on Facebook I vent a lot about the car situations or other situations, and you know, people are so quick to say, you know, oh, just buy a new car, and for some people that may be a feasible option, and I really wish it were an option for us. I really wish we could afford to buy a new car, because I wouldn't keep dumping money into a piece of junk. But the actuality, the truth is that we can't afford that. We just can't. And some people, when you're young and you go to school and you go to college and you get a great career, or you get a good path, or you make good money and all those different things, other people have taken a different path than I did. I quit school when I was 16. My mother signed me out. I thought I knew it all. I was very cocky. I had an attitude. For whatever reason, to this day, my mother still stands by her stand that I should have been signed out of school and just gone to work. Worked at Dunkin' Donuts at the time, 16 years old. If my child came to me, I wouldn't do it. I told my mom it took me a lot to even forgive her for doing that because of me not going back to school. I still to this day do not have my GED, so getting a job is really hard because they want a high school diploma or a GED. I am working on the GED, but it's going to take time. I hate math. Math is just something I don't get. Some people get it, I just don't. I like English, I like essays, I like things of that nature, spelling, grammar. I do not like math. And so I chose to just go to work, and then I, at 17 years old, met my what would become my first husband. I had 2 children. By the time I was 18, I had 1. I had my daughter when I was 21. I opened up a daycare at home. I was in a relationship with their father, who I married, and he was very verbally and emotionally abusive. And I just never got out of that rut. I never got out of the rut of going out, making more money, putting money in the bank. I just never got out of that rut. I stayed in it. You know, just that's it. That's what I did. I just stayed in it. And now I don't have a high school education. I don't have a job. I'm working now out of my home since 2011. I own a company called Milk Boosters. They are lactation cookies for breastfeeding moms. They contain all natural ingredients that help a mom who's lactating to produce more breast milk. I have had some great years with the business, and I've had some horrible years. Last year was a horrible year. We took a loss on our business, and it's basically because when you own a business, you usually put in a lot of money to keep the business going. In my case, I own the business, and all the money that I'm making is going to paying bills and to keeping us afloat. And so there was no money being dumped back in for advertising or anything. And so there's really no advertising. It's word of mouth or it's repeat customers. And I love my customers, don't get me wrong. And I love doing what I do, but it's kind of another dead end thing. There's no insurance with it. There's not going to be a pension. There's not going to be anything with this business. And so I don't know. So that's it. That's basically it. I'm kind of at a crossroads emotionally, and I'm just trying to figure it all out and what we're gonna do. I don't think my husband is going to basic training until probably October. So it doesn't give us any money or anything to be able to get ahead per se for a long time. So anyways, I'm more concerned about my truck, just to be able to have it, to get just the basics. I mean, to go to the store and get bread, or to go to the store and, something, a restaurant if the kids want to go for ice cream. I don't know, whatever you do with vehicles. And so if you guys, again, could just pray for my truck, that would be exceptional. My husband, we don't even know. I went and bought the parts tonight, brought them to my cousin's house. Hopefully he's going to work on it tomorrow. And hopefully it remedies the situation. If it doesn't, there's nothing we can do. We're really done. We're done for with cars. We literally have no money to be able to put any more in. So pray for a job for me. I've been applying. Pray for the GED and the testing and all this stuff that I'm having a tutor do. A friend of mine is helping me for free. So if you can just pray for that, that would be great. But other than that, I mean, the craziness of life, I'm happy. I really am. I know this video does not sound like I'm happy. This video does not sound like someone who's grateful per se, but I am. I really am. I'm happy. I'm grateful. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy that I saw another birthday today. And I'll be really happy when I'm in the 160s. I hope it's tomorrow. Anyhow, so that's it for now. If there's any questions or anything I can help anybody with, or things like that, please let me know below. Hit the subscribe button. Become part of my family. Until next time, see you guys.